The new president's inaugural speech was short and controversial. Without the typical soaring rhetoric of previous inaugurals, the speech was full of sharp language and bombast that characterized Mr. Trump's campaign rhetoric. Margaret Brennan is at the White House with more on that. Margaret, good morning.
Good morning. Well, President Donald Trump said this was more than a transfer of leadership. It was a transfer of power to the masses, describing his win as a populist uprising. In a short speech, just 16 minutes long, he promised to upend Washington.
From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first.
President Trump echoed messages from his campaign in his first address as America's new commander-in-chief.
Every decision on trade, on taxes, on immigration, on foreign affairs will be made to benefit American workers and American families.
His speech also targeted the Washington political establishment, including his own Republican colleagues, some of whom distanced themselves during his campaign.
Their victories have not been your victories. Their triumphs have not been your triumphs. And while they celebrated in our nation's capital, there was little to celebrate for struggling families all across our land.
Trump went on to paint a picture of a fractured nation.
Mothers and children trapped in poverty in our inner cities, rusted out factories scattered like tombstones across the landscape of our nation.
The president also blamed crime, gangs, and drugs for robbing America of its potential and cutting short too many lives.
This American carnage stops right here and stops right now.
Democrats and even some Republicans said the overall tone of the speech seemed dark and lacked a sense of unity.
He kind of gave up an opportunity to really bring the country together through a speech. But, you know, it's more than a speech. I look at what you do.
But others argued the tone was pragmatic rather than pessimistic.
I think we're optimistic about the future. Yes, he did talk about the problems that we do have in America, and I think he was trying to be realistic in that regard.
We must speak our minds openly, debate our disagreements honestly, but always pursue solidarity.
While the bulk of the address focused on what he called the forgotten men and women in this country, President Trump expressed his belief that national pride could heal a nation divided.
That whether we are black or brown or white, we all bleed the same red blood of patriots.
President Trump kept repeating the phrase America first, leaving some allies to wonder whether that's simply a nationalist slogan or a warning that America will retreat from its global responsibilities. Anthony?
Margaret Brennan at the White House. Thank you, Margaret.